Hey guys, it's Sam, and this is Top 5 Wednesday. If you are new to Top 5 Wednesday, I will leave a link to the Goodreads group down below for topics and such. This week's topic is our favorite friend groups. Now, I think we've touched on friend groups before, we've definitely touched on bromances, but it's been a little while, and I love the friend groups. The big ensemble casts of friend groups speak to me on a deep emotional level. I like how they all interact with one another. I like how certain people are closer than others. I like the dynamics of like a large group of friends. It makes me so happy. And since it's September and this is like BookNet Fest time, and BookNet Fest's unofficial name this year is like Best Friend Fest, because all of these friend groups are coming together and hanging out, and people are getting to see their best friends, and I'm getting to see my best friend and that I've never met before, and it's very exciting. By the time you see this, we'll already have met, and you can check out like Instagram and stuff because we're going to be talking about it. And yeah, so I was just very in my feelings about friend groups this month, and I want to talk about them, so let's get going. The first friend group kind of comes with a caveat, because I also understand that they like betray, well, a lot of people end up betraying Darrow like all the time, but I'm talking about Darrow and his friend group that doesn't really have a name from the Red Rising series by Pierce Brown. So there's a lot of people, there's a large cast with this series, and I still haven't read the final book in the trilogy and then continued on with the series. I'm going to before the end of the year, because Morning Star is one of the books on my end of the year TBR. But I still really have a soft spot for like Darrow's friend group, especially him and like Severo, and just like, yeah, but also there's a lot of backstabbing, so people that you think are his friends at one point in the series like really aren't. So it's a little like, but I still have a soft spot for them. Like when I was looking at my bookshelf thinking of characters and friend group ensembles, like I kept coming back to them even though they're not always the best. But I think that's the thing, is like with all those betrayals, like it always hurts my heart. So I think that's why I still end up liking them, even though they're not like the ideal friend. Like they're not like this is not the friend group I want to be in by any means. These other ones I probably would be, generally speaking, but like this one probably not, but I like observing it from afar. Then we have the book that kind of inspired this topic this month, or the series at least, and that is the Nuns of Sweet Mercy from Red Sister and Grey Sister and the Book of the Ancestor series by Mark Lawrence. I just recently finished Grey Sister, and I just love these women. It's a convent of magical assassin nuns, basically like a convent boarding school where they're all being trained, and they are all friendly for the most part. I mean, like there's friend groups there. So there's obviously friend groups of people that you don't necessarily like, but there's also people that you do like, and our main character, Nona's friend group, I feel deeply about, because Nona values friendship so much, and it just warms my cold dead heart. And also some of the older nuns who are training the younger nuns, like they're also friends as well, some of them, not all of them, and that really also speaks to me. There's a lot of things in this series about bonds between people. There's things called thread bonds and shadow bonds, and it's a way where they can like call to one another through magic, and it's all female friendship, all of it, and it just, all these things make me so happy. Then we obviously have the Dregs from Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. Just friend goals, little gang of friends. And this is one where I just really love how all of them kind of interact with one another, and like who's closest at what point and that kind of thing. And like Nina and Inej, they mean a lot to me, but also like Jesper, and just how they all kind of have differing friendships with each other, but are all still a friend unit. Makes me so happy. I love them. I hope they're all doing okay. Then we have the Court of Dreams, I think is what they refer to themselves as, from Akamath specifically, because I feel like this is where they really shine. This friend group, just, it means a lot to me in Akamath. I feel like some of the bonds get a little like meh and weak within like ACOWAR, and I haven't read the next book in the series. Like I plan to continue the series, I just haven't cared that much, but like in this book, it makes me happy. I love all of them. And again, like, some of them are closer than others, like, but generally speaking, they're all close with one another, and they also have almost like these like sibling type bonds as well. They're like a little family, a little found family. Really, all of these friend groups are like found families, and that's a trope I really like. And lastly, we have the Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. This group of weird, magical teenagers, and how they all have like very different personalities and very different backstories, and like the line where Blue basically says that she's sort of in love with all of them and they're like her Raven boys, like speaks so much to me because they are just like the most pure friend group, and they're all, like I said, so different, and they all bring so much to the table, and they all care about each other a lot. And it's one of those series where like it's a group of guys, but it's not like the typical like gang of guys. Like they're all very like sensitive and stuff, and they all like really love one another, and like when they think about one another and how much they love one another, they get emotional, and it just really speaks to me. And Blue is part of this too. Like Blue is one of the Raven gang, you know? So I just really appreciate them and their little group of magical, messed up teens. So that is it for some of my favorite friend groups. Comment down below, let me know some of your favorite friend groups. Like I said, if you have recommendations for books that have like really good found family type friend groups or like really big ensemble casts that are all friends, I love those. So definitely let me know your recommendations. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see all of you guys soon. Bye!